Hello, sports fans. Well, it's time to check out. Let's just take a peek at our process. We had a reservation. We had a check-in process, assigning the room and many lovely extra services. Now it's time to check out. The guest is just going to come up and say, "I'm Joe Smith. Time to leave." And we didn't even require them to remember what room they were in. Um, but we're going to look up their reservation, calculate how many nights times their nightly rate, total up, select sum, total up the extra services into, add those two into a total, calculate tax. So we don't have a separate bill paying procedure, but we're just going to assume that we give them the bill, they pay it, then we're going to close out their reservation, the extra services, and then take that room and that was on the reservation, flip it back to available for occupancy. Actually, that would only be done after the room is cleaned, but that's a whole nother module. Then the guest departs from the hotel. So the code to execute it's quite simple. Let's see what we have. So customer 3 is reservation 2002. They were in room 201. These are all nulls here. So this should flip to false, and all these numbers should be calculated for us. That's nice. And so all they need to know is who I'm the guest and I'm leaving now. So 9-8. So I'm leaving now, 9-8, and I'm guest 3. Let's see what happens. All right, small fix there. I could have had more than one reservation open, and so I made a fix to say select max reservation for that customer. All right, so reservation 2002 is closed. That's nice. Let's see 2002. So let's refresh that. Dun, 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 dun. All right, so it's closed for $1,900. 7 nights in room 201. It was $1,000 plus a lot of extra services. Let's take a look at the extra services. And this was 2002. So that's actually this guy. So 4 units at 50 is 200, another 200, 320, 520, 720. Is that right? 920. Oh, I forgot I was going to show you some code, so that's not calculating correct. Yeah, so really 2002, so it's showing the wrong number here. So let's just show that to you. So that should be 720. Yeah, so sum up the price times the units of service for the extra services where reservation, and I just wanted to show you that that's running a select sum. It's providing a number. And why do we do that? Because we were running a big update, couple of update statements, and so we need to calculate values into variables. Yeah, we want to calculate and use that in our update set. So let's see if we can check out again. Not sure. Probably not. I actually don't have a check that they can't check out twice. Never even thought about that. But in the code, we get the reservation ID. We could say, and let's see, that's reservations, and open equals true. Might consider doing that, but looks like we're able to check out correctly. So there's our 720, and that recalculated very nicely. We should go and look at the extra services and refresh that. And these have all been paid now. And what room were we in? But that room should also be available. Is it 201? Available now? Just the room 301 is, yeah, somebody's still in room 301 having a good time. So, on vacation. So that all works. And let's take a look at the code. Okay, in the checkout process, they just say their name, which is, you'd have to remember we're going to have a web page that shows the name but captures the guest ID. So we supply the guest ID and what time is it now, basically, that they're checking out. So go pull the reservation ID, which is the most recent or highest reservation for that guest. Yeah, more might be brought here, or testing of that code. Now we need to get the room type ID to calculate the price per night. So this is pretty cool. We just need the price per night. Why? Because the price per night is used times the number of days to get the room fee. So we need to go get the price per night. Here we go. So very tricky. The beauty of coding is, or the reality of coding is, it's a lot of work for the developer, but if it works right, then the person using the program, it's lickety-split, easy peasy. So we didn't say to the customer checking out, oh, what kind of room were you in? Or what number were you in? Let me check out. It's code's doing everything. So we know the reservation ID, and then we can get the room type from that reservation ID. And now that we have that room type, we can select the price per night for that room type. This is a subquery. How do you know it's a subquery, Fredman? It's got two select statements. This is the inner query. This is the outer query. So it goes from inside out. So pull the room type ID from the reservation, and then use that to go select the price per night. Later we'll update the room, putting it back to available for occupancy. So we'll go ahead and get the room ID from the reservation. We were in room 201, I believe. All right, so now we're going to calculate the charge. So it's the same type of code. We don't have much data coming in, and I didn't check the guest ID to be valid. I guess that's some more error checking that can be added here. But we need to gather up pieces of information, and then we can use it in our calculations. So we've gathered up several pieces of information, and we got the check-in date. They're standing in front of us at the hotel front lobby, so we know they're checking out today. So again, we can recalculate in case they left early, in case they left late, number of days. And this number of days can also be pretty advanced, like 2.5 days. If you have that type of overcharge fee for a number of hours, I just didn't put any of that in. So we're just calculating the number of days, and it's pretty smart to expect there'll be changes in the number of days, people leaving early and late. So we calculate that again, and we'll use it in the calculations. So we know what day they checked in. We know how many days they stayed. Let's go calculate the extra services. And I went ahead and showed, I think that was 2002, that this select sum is actually giving us a number. Yeah. So this select sum is giving us a number. And that number is just going into local variable. So again, this is kind of basic coding, but I mean, it seems like a lot, but I hope you see that a lot is repetitive. You go pluck values out of tables and use them in calculations. So, step 1, check the user entry in the stored procedure, the input parameters. Step, error checking. Do we have all of them? Are they valid numbers? Step 2, perform the calculations. And in this case, again, update queries do not like to have any calculations inside. Now, something simple like this is okay, but what I meant to say, select statement. You can't have a select statement to pluck a value out of a table. You can't have a select statement inside an update set statement. So we calculate it outside the update statement. But we're just going to update the reservation for the customer. And they didn't even tell us what the reservation is. We just found it. And so we calculate the extra services. So we'll take the price. So this is totaling each row. The price times the units of service. So people, having a lot of champagne. So take the price times unit of service and sum that up. And so why do we need the sum? Because there's several line items. So it's not just one line. If it was just one line item, we wouldn't need this sum here. But the sum is summing up all the line items. So that's pretty powerful, actually. All right, so now we'll do our update statement. And we know the number of days. We know the checkout time. We know the room fee. We calculated... we are calculating the room fee, number of days times price per night. We got our extra services. So everything's good. So just for that one reservation, go change 4 columns. Now that's enough for that update set. But there's actually a little bit more work we need to do. The total, I didn't want to say total equals number of days times price per night plus extra services. I guess that's not much more work, but I just felt it was easier, especially to calculate the tax. So these 2 lines of code are considerably more simple in my little mind because we've already calculated some values. So I often like to calculate update set, and that'll change the values in the table. Then you can use another update set because these columns are already have values in them, so we could use those in another calculation. So go calculate the total, turn the reservation false, assuming they paid it, and provide a message. So before we saw convert, reservation 2002 closed. Go ahead and make the hotel room available again, give a message, and go ahead and close out the extra services. Each of these print statements is quite nice, so the program user has some nice feedback. That's pretty important. Just to finish, I went and closed out the other reservation 2003 closed, room 3001 now available, extra services closed. These are these messages: reservation closed, room available, extra services closed. Pretty amazing code. I hope you enjoy it and can implement it well and are enjoying the content. Good night.